Asterisk a first-person revenge speech asterisk I never believed that fog could hold memories. Not until the night when the river swallowed the moon, and silence trembled like a wounded animal. People think revenge arrives with fire, with noise, with the roar of explosions and the pounding of artillery. But the truth? Asterisk revenge often begins quiet. Asterisk so quiet that even your heartbeat feels too loud. My name doesn't matter anymore. War stripped it away, along with my home, my brother, and the pieces of myself I used to think were permanent. What matters is the promise I made, one that became the pulse behind every step I have taken since that cursed morning near the Kalmius River. I speak to you now not just as a soldier, not just as a survivor, but as someone who stood on the edge of despair and still chose to step forward. Because that's what revenge really is. Asterisk a decision. Asterisk a decision to stop accepting the world as it is and start carving out the justice you were denied. And so, if you're listening, if you're searching for strength, for courage, for a way to rise after losing everything, then take my hand. Walk with me into the fog. Asterisk the day everything ended. Asterisk the attack that stole my brother wasn't loud. It was swift, methodical, almost surgical, the kind of atrocity performed by men who believe uniforms absolve them of guilt. We lived near the river bend, in a place once filled with laughter and sunflower fields. Children played with wooden boats by the water. Fishermen traded jokes older than their fathers. Life had rhythm, a gentle one. But war does not knock out, it does not ask permission. It simply arrives and decides what you will lose. That day, Russian armored vehicles pushed toward the crossing. Their drones circled overhead like vultures. Their engines growled like beasts hungry for land that didn't belong to them. My unit tried to evacuate the civilians, but it was too late. The shells fell one by one like the sky itself was giving up on us. I remember the shockwave, the thunder, the way the earth lifted beneath me. I remember screaming my brother's name. I remember finding him under shattered brick, dust covering his eyelashes like winter frost. He didn't answer. He never would again. That was the day something inside me broke, and something else, asterisk, something iron, something unforgiving was born. Asterisk, not hatred, not rage. Asterisk, purpose. Asterisk, I swore on the river, on the fog, on the blood seeping into the soil. Asterisk, I will not die before I make them understand what they've done. Asterisk, hash. Asterisk, the plan in the fog. Asterisk, weeks passed. Fighting intensified. Russian forces attempted another river crossing, this time with more vehicles, more armor, more confidence. Confidence is a fragile thing, especially when misplaced. Our scouts reported the convoy's movement. Engineers marked the weak points along the bank. The river, swollen with recent rains, became our unexpected ally. But it was the fog, thick, crawling, impenetrable, that became our weapon. Fog hides truths. Fog conceals intentions. Fog whispers possibilities that daylight would never permit. And so, we became the fog. My commander asked, "Are you sure you can lead this?" His eyes searched my face for fear, but fear had long since died. I replied, asterisk, they took everything from me. Now I will take everything from them. Asterisk, he nodded once. It was all the permission I needed. Asterisk, the crossing. Asterisk, before dawn. The Russians moved toward the water. Their pontoon bridges unfolded like steel serpents. Their armored vehicles crept forward, engines rumbling low. They thought they were unseen. They thought they were safe. Fog is a liar. It makes fools brave. My team positioned itself along the reeds. We could hear them laughing on the other side, cocky, careless, certain of their victory. But the river knew. It always knows. It remembers blood, and it remembers promises. At the first crack of distant metal, I felt my heartbeat slow. Clarity washed over me. Peace. Even the moment had come. I raised my fist. Our explosives detonated beneath the leading pontoon. The river erupted. A tower of water swallowed the vehicles. Hold. Shouts. Panic. Chaos. There. Formation broke instantly. Some tried to reverse. Some tried to accelerate. Some simply froze. That was their final mistake. We moved like shadows through the fog. Silent. Precise. Unrelenting. Our PGS hissed like angry serpents. Machine gun fire shredded the mist. Drones dropped gifts of righteous destruction. Within minutes, the crossing turned into a graveyard of twisted steel and churning water. But that wasn't the end. Not even close. Asterisk asterisk, the survivors asterisk asterisk, a handful of vehicles made it to our side damaged, disoriented, abandoned by crews who fled into the tree line. And this is where most stories would say we destroyed them, but destruction wasn't my goal. Asterisk asterisk, justice was, reclamation was, reversal was. Asterisk asterisk, we captured them, every last surviving vehicle. Tanks. APCs. Ammo trucks. Machines meant to conquer. U.S. now wore Ukrainian flags, seeing our soldiers climb into the stolen vehicles, seeing the shock on Russian faces across the bank, seeing the river return their arrogance like a mirror. That was the moment my promise began to feel fulfilled, because revenge isn't only about punishment. Sometimes revenge is simple. Asterisk asterisk, make them watch you rise. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk, the aftermath asterisk asterisk. As the fog lifted, the battlefield revealed itself, wreckage on the water, steel carcasses sinking into the river bed, and our captured prizes lying like trophies along the bank. One of my soldiers approached me, breathless. Commander, what do we do with the vehicles? I looked at the river, at the sky, at the horizon where my brother once stood, and I said, asterisk asterisk, we use them. We turn their power into our protection, their invasion into our strength. Asterisk asterisk, he nodded and ran to the others, but I stayed there, alone for a moment, letting the cool morning air settle around me. I whispered to the fog, to the brother I lost, to the version of myself that died that day. Asterisk asterisk, they will never break us. I promise you that. Asterisk asterisk, and for the first time since the war began, I felt him. Not in body, but in spirit. Proud. Peaceful. Free.